Hey everybody, welcome back. Uh, got a few things to still cover about this meeting that just recently happened in Aguilar. A lot of good points that need to be made. So I hope you got your popcorn. This is probably going to be another long one, but grab your popcorn, grab your soda, use the restroom, come back. Don't forget to like and share and subscribe, and let's get to it.
One other thing I'd like to ask is if we can get a logbook for these vehicles,
I do have
like
one.
the mileage, when the oil's been changed, those things. I mean, I've seen this town go through so many vehicles, and it's because maintenance hasn't been kept up on these.
Correct, and I do have a maintenance log on it. I will turn it in at the next meeting.
Okay.
I do have a maintenance log
Yeah,
for that.
keep the mileage,
I got the mileage
fuel
written
that's
down.
used.
Do you want him to turn it in, or do you want it just to be accessible?
I would like for it to be accessible.
It's
Okay,
accessible.
that's all you have to do is just have it accessible. If they wanna look at it, they can look at it.
It's in the shop, on the desk. You can look at it anytime.
Okay, good job. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, that's a great idea, Bruce. But you're a few months too late on that, man. Like, when he got the job, Vern asked him to do that because when Vern was working for the town, he noticed there was no maintenance logs. Um, I don't know what it is with these board members and Erlinda and everybody. Like, they mention everything that Vern has mentioned, yet whenever Vern mentions any of this stuff, he gets reamed out. He's micromanaging. He's this, he's that. He's being difficult. But you got a new board member on here that mentioned the same thing Vern did, again, like in the last video. Mentioned the same thing Vern did, didn't get any backlash, wasn't micromanaging people. Okay. I okay. Let's continue.
Where do we have a crump well that was, needed work?
Number 2, it's up and running.
Always how,
They had
how
to,
play out?
they had to replace the pump. The pump went out.
Okay, there's nothing in here on bills or
They
anything?
just, no, he just did it yesterday.
Okay, so. we
He
don't-
must have just gotten the parts in, and he came yesterday and, went out and fixed it.
Do we have an estimate of what it costs us?
The only estimate I have was what he quoted me that day, which was approximately about 5,000, maybe less. That's kind of a high estimate, but, that's what he had told me that day.
Is that the only estimate we got on it that took it? Or-
We have to get it fixed.
Oh, well, I
Well,
know.
servicing,
But yes, all 3 wells are up and running.
Okay.
Mayor, we have to get something fixed, isn't that what, emergency meetings are for? So that we can talk this over and,
So what would you have done different?
well, first, I would like to have the opportunity for the council to make a decision of who we got estimates from. And that doesn't seem to have happened. Yes, it needed to be fixed, I agree. But it seems like the council was let down of it.
I
called
was
every
under
one
the
of the board
assumption that
members.
they called all the board members.
I spoke to you, Mr. Thorne, I spoke to Mr. Badino.
I'm glad you guys said that. What we're doing is, business behind the town's back. Everyone got a phone call, we were told that, it needed to be fixed, but there's no special meeting called. No one here knew anything about it. We just spent possibly $5,000, and no one even knew what the problem was.
I think we did, what we felt was best for the community. It's our drinking water, and that's our main concern, is the people of the community. And it needed to get fixed.
A lot of good points made there. Let's go with the Sunshine Law violation, shall we? Let's see what Sunshine Law requires. Sunshine Law requires any state or local governmental body to discuss public business or to take formal action in meetings that are open to the public. So Vern was right in his assessment on the fact of the violation of the Sunshine Law, where they're not handling business in meetings open to the public. Give me your money. Give me your money. You have no say here. I mean, I think they've proven that by putting back the little CRSs to scare people from speaking up at a meeting and wanting to comment on something that, might affect them. But, their main concern is the citizens and their drinking water, even though they haven't fixed their tanks at all. Period. Remember when Tyra said that they came in and they changed the liner in the concrete tank and all that great jazz? Yeah, that never happened. That never happened. And you're never going to see the inside of the tanks, are you? Are you? You're never going to see inside the tanks. Are you? Oh. What's that? Is that the inside of the tanks? Wow. They're so concerned about you and your water system and that drinking water that they never even replaced the liner. It was a lie. Now, I believe Midco came in and cleaned because there is not the amount of sediment that we saw in previous videos from years ago. So I do believe that Midco did come in and they cleaned it, like they vacuumed it and whatever, but that liner did not get replaced. The whole tank needs to get replaced. But they're concerned about you and that drinking water, right? They won't put in a filtration system, but chlorine is good enough. It's good enough and it's safe. It's safe to drink chemicals. It's safe. That's why we got filters, to pull chlorine and stuff out of there so you don't have to drink it because it's safe. And then on top of it, you've got a pump that was purchased. Now, you've got the crump wells, which is 3 different wells and 3 different pumps running. 2 of them at the same time, 1 of them off. So that way they can cycle through. So they can turn off pump 1 and then they can turn on pump 3 and then they can let pump 1 chill and let that well fill back up with water, and then they turn off 2 and turn on 1. Now they got 2 off, and then that's the way those are supposed to be run. Okay? So then you've got the Mauricio, which is a little bit down the way, but apparently is a very good well, doesn't run dry, and only needs 1 pump. Hasn't been online for quite some time because it needs a pump. Better quality water, but hasn't been online because it needs a pump. Vern is right. How come this did not get brought to the board as a whole and go, look, we need a pump, either in the Mauricio or the crump well? It should have been brought up. Maybe that pump could have gone into the Mauricio and you could have had better water. In a well that doesn't dry up as quickly as these other 3 wells do. And then maybe you could give those other 3 wells a break. Because from what I hear, you could run the whole system just off of the Mauricio. But nah, we're not going to do that. We're not going to let the board try and make an educated decision. We're just going to get it done because it needed to be fixed.
Well, if it's for the community and with that big thing, what's it going to cost to get the Mauricio well running, which is better water?
her on hold. If you want to talk about Mauricio, well, we'll get to that. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Project report, Ken?
A couple of items. First part of December, the mayor, trustee Mr. Romero, we met with CDOT over here regarding, we met with Greg Humphrey, he's the planning director from CDOT, regarding the bus stop area here, next to the community center. So they're going to be doing some design proposals for Aguilar to get that done. We also discussed, he was really impressed with Aguilar, the unique, size of a small community. So CDOT is looking for a small community to do some improvements. We discussed talking about improving the sidewalks, the curb and gutter, and the Anderson at Aguilar, that they want to possibly seek funding for it to improve the town of Aguilar. So he's going to come back with some proposals in the 2025 year budget. So this way you can see what he can do to help Aguilar get this done. The other issue is that, Black and Beach's proposal is on the agenda for later on. And Brandon from Black and Beach is here to have discuss this issue with you and any questions you might have. So those are the only ones that I have now.
Okay.
Am I missing something else? Didn't we just suspend this contract and to renegotiate, or? No, we didn't do that like
No,
3 or
I
4
thought you
months
all
ago?
approved it.
Vern's absolutely right. They did. And Erlinda goes, no, I thought you approved it. Erlinda does that a lot when she passes something without the board's knowledge. So she thought they approved it. Now, let's listen.
We were waiting for the lawyer to present the new contract.
I've never seen a new contract on it. So why is he working here?
You haven't got the new contract? We went with taking his name off of it and putting his company's name on it.
He's running under Diamond T.
That's what we wanted the contract to read.
Nothing's being done by the council. This is kind of disgusting. I'm not in the mood for this. I'm leaving. You guys could do
Recording
this
in
by phone.
progress.
You guys could do this by phone with each other the way you usually do it.
I find it disgusting too, Vern. And this is the first time I've actually heard anybody from the board actually speak up against Erlinda and say that no, we did not approve this, and she's gonna stick with it. She's gonna stick with it. And we're gonna hear her explanation, but I am going to switch tracks for a minute, because you know what else I find disgusting? I find that it's disgusting that Stephanie will sit there and still try and get evidence on Vern. Vern didn't say anything wrong. He thought that the situation was disgusting and he no longer wanted to participate. So what are we going to do? We're going to hit the record button. We're going to get evidence on Vern. Yeah, we're not gonna get evidence on you, Stephanie, are we?
Recording in progress.
My son was just assaulted by a fucking robber and good citizen because of my job. I want charges pressed on him. My son's face is all fucking full of cuts and shit. They came over here to put gas, and those motherfuckers are over there harassing him.
Okay, who's your son?
Isaiah Coca.
How old is he?
He's 22.
Okay, where's he at?
He's sitting in my husband's truck.
Okay.
They can't even come and put gas. We've been harassed by these motherfuckers every day.
You see what I find disgusting? I find it disgusting when people that work in the town hall use their positions to try and intimidate citizens. And then on top of it, they try to use their connections to try and intimidate those same citizens. That's what I find disgusting. You know what else I find disgusting? I find it disgusting that everybody believes that we're out there just harassing people and whatnot and so forth. And we have plenty of video. You want to see a video? Here's a video.
Come to my place.
Come to your place?
Yeah.
For what? We're right here?
You want some of this?
Some of what?
Some of this?
You ain't nobody. You're nobody.
Neither are you.
Why you here then, motherfucker? Why you here?
You don't even got a job.
Why you here?
Come to my place.
Come to my place. You know how ridiculous you sound?
What is JP doing coming to the house? What is he doing harassing GCM for? Why is he trying to coax him into a fight? I think somebody should take that clip and give it to his lawyer and give it to the DA. I mean, we know that he's got a court case coming up. He pled not guilty to assault. But let's do a little bit of fun, because I like to edit things. Let's do something fun, because people like to make up stupid stuff. But seeing as how I've got audio and I've got video, let's put them together and see what happens.
Come to my place.
Come to your place?
Yeah.
For what? We're right here?
You want some of this?
Some of what?
Some of this?
You ain't nobody. You're nobody.
Neither are you.
Why you here then, motherfucker? Why you here?
You don't even got a job.
Why you here?
Come to my place.
Come to my place. You know how ridiculous you sound? What are you gonna do? Yeah, that's me.
Pretty good sync? I thought it was a pretty good sync. But then again, you've also later on have Stephanie doing this to the citizens.
We have the video, guys.
So I guess her
My son and husband came to put gas, and Robert and Avila approached him out the truck, running their fucking mouths. My husband got out, my son got out and tried to break them up. It ended up being a big old altercation, but how many times can they harass us without you guys arresting them?
Okay, well, we need to talk to your son because he's 22.
Well, there you have it right there. How many times is it going to take before we get arrested? Targeted harassment. Trying to get us arrested. Trying. Went as far as putting hands on somebody and lied. Tried to make up a story. You weren't even there, Stephanie. You're giving them a story and you weren't even there. You don't even know what the hell happened. But that's okay. It must be an Aguilar thing.
Well, I'll have them come over here.
Hey, go get your son like we asked.
So in case you missed that, she said, "You wait, bud. You don't do that in a town like this." So you've got a woman working for the town that can threaten citizens and apparently people that don't live there. You've got their family threatening and attacking citizens and people that don't live there. And then on top of it, you've got a mayor that's taking over the board and not letting the board make any decisions. She's making the decisions. So let's get back to the meeting and hear her explanation on why Ken is still working for the town.
Does that mean he's resigning?
You can say that. You just have your baby. He didn't say he was resigning.
No, I'm not resigning. I'm just walking out. I'm not putting up with this shit tonight.
Well, opinions are like thoughts. Everybody's got one.
So,
So have you heard anything back from, on your, regarding the revised contract?
I gave it to the attorney.
Oh.
he actually spoke to the attorney. So I was under the assumption we were good with this.
See? She was underneath the assumption that they were good with it, not the board. She was.
Well, we were just waiting to see it, to see what it was, if they had signed it. And then it was, we're supposed to be with, they were supposed to let us know.
Okay?
There it is. Okay. Like, it doesn't matter. She already did it.
Right, or am I wrong?
No, you're right.
Because I know we had changed Mr. Torres' name to his company's name.
Yeah, we did.
And then they were gonna get with he was gonna get with the lawyer, talk to the lawyer, and then they were gonna revise his contract, and then they were gonna bring it back to us. Because we were all agreeing just to make sure and change his name, you know, have the name, the revised, to have it revised, sorry.
So I thought you could approve, didn't they approve his contract?
Come on, Sarah, help her out there. Yeah, they approved the contract. Come on, Sarah, help her out.
No.
We approved to have it
And then
revised.
decided that we would send it to the attorney to change, the name on the contract and who he would report to, and take him off of, Cantoris and move to Diamond T Enterprise.
Yes. That is what we had talked about.
And we also talked about the grant writing only and the augmentation fund. At least that's what I thought I had brought up.
And I sent you all a letter stating that he did he was gonna complete whatever building inspections he had. He had another that I told you, that person could not, we didn't have a building inspector, so I told the board in an email that I was going to use Cantoris because that's who I had.
There you go. Her, I, me. Listen, she says it a lot.
The person that had started their construction, and I didn't want it to go any further without being inspected.
Yes.
And that's what I've used him for. The one for CDOT, he's been helping. That was a project he had already started previously. I just hadn't had the time to meet with CDOT. I kept changing the schedule, and so that's where Pam met with us.
Okay,
Are we good?
we're waiting on the lawyer.
I will talk to him.
Are we good? Did you buy it? Can we move on? Can we forget about it? Then Bob says, well, we're waiting on the lawyer now. Well, I'll give him a call. Are you kidding me? Bob, it's already done, bro. You know, you're going to ask about it, but then you're going to get stonewalled and gaslit once again. It's already done.
He was supposed to do some other things for us. You haven't heard from him?
He's working on them.
Okay.
There's a couple other issues that are on the table that he's gonna take care of, and until, him and, well, Adam and Andy both will work on it, and until that's done, he will share it with us.
I wonder if one of those things that they're handling is JP's case. I don't know. It is a part of Stephanie's job.
And I think I wanted to make something clear. I know that Ken does, like with the augmentation pond and that, and I know that Monica brought this up, and the town will be reimbursed for Ken's work and Jerry McDaniels. And those are, I met with USDA and SGM on December 11th. And we met here in Sarah. And so I believe we will be going back to work in mid-January if the weather's permitting. This was called a reintroduction meeting. So Gerald couldn't make it, he was invited, but the attorney, nobody, it was just me. Well, actually they wanted to meet me and USDA with 3 of SGM's representatives.
Are you buying this BS story yet? And the fact that they just wanted to meet with just the mayor. You're going to tell me that the USDA and SGM wanted to meet with just the mayor. Not the whole board, just the mayor. Because just the mayor makes the decisions on what goes on in that town, right?
Cam and Jerry McDaniels have the punch list. They have everything that needs to be done. They've talked to the attorney, and so they know what it's going to take to get this completed. And they know that going forward, the town of Aguilar will be reimbursed for a lot of these items, the water hauling, just a lot of things that the town has actually paid for out of their funds. They shouldn't have been, but they did. And then I told SGM to give me a month and see where our finances were and start reimbursing them for that $155,000. And I told them, you know, we can't pay you all at once, but we will pay you some. Start making payments, and they were okay with that too.
So again, I'm confused. All right, so USDA is going to pay for the rest of the augmentation pond to be complete. On top of reimbursing the town for Ken's work and Jerry McDaniel's work for all the work that they did. But they're not going to reimburse SGM? The town's got to do that. Or does the town have to pay for the project before it gets reimbursed? I'm kind of lost on what's going on, because I'm hearing they're getting money back, but they're not getting money to pay the people that need to do the work that never got paid.
That sounds awesome.
So we'll see what happens next month.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Gotta love that awkward silence at the end. Well, I gotta tell you, I'm gonna cut it here, everyone. If you've made it this far, thank you for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.